Hey there, I am still hanging out in my sterilization area and we're trying to figure out what's the best way for us to start the process of our instrumentation. So when we take it from the room, we're going to have it in a tray with a locked lid as we transport it from the operatory to our instrument reprocessing area. Of course, we have a dirty area, and that's where we're going to set our instruments and we're going to put it into our ultrasonic. Now, there are some times where we're super busy, and I've worked in practices where we've done a lot of surgeries, and I'm currently working in a practice where we do endo, and that requires a lot of tools, a lot. And so at the end of the procedure, if I am coming, let's say the assistant cleared the operatory where the surgery or the endo was happening, and they're in here and they're running their instruments, and they got a lot more to run. Well, I'm rolling up with my hygiene setup and I have nowhere to put it. So instead of just leaving it on the counter, I want to either put it in a pre-soak so that it doesn't get dried out, because if it dries out, sometimes we make that enzymatic cleaner in the ultrasonic work harder than it needs to, and then we end up having to scrub our instruments, which then sets us up for possible percutaneous injuries. So we want to do less hand scrubbing and more letting the enzymatic cleaners work for us. So there is something out there. Again, this came in my infection control starter kit from Henry Schein. This is a Hugh Freedy product, but Henry Schein sells this infection control starter kit, which was full of awesome stuff. But the enzymatic gel, or this is called Enzyme Max Spray Gel, you can spray your instruments and just let them sit, so they don't have to get submerged so you can use your enzymatic cleaner in like a little Tupperware is what we do, with some water, and let it pre-soak, especially if it's not ready to go into that ultrasonic. But if you don't want to do that, or you don't even have the room, you could I take my Zerk tray and I pop off that lid, and then I spray my instruments down so that bioburden doesn't dry out. Now I'll tell you the instructions for use again, because I'm a label reader for a lot of things, food, and now my chemicals used in practice. So it says spray directly onto the instruments after procedure or prior to washing process. Evenly coat the instruments and allow instruments to soak. My first thought was, wait, so do I submerge this? No, I have not found any instructions that say that this gets sprayed on there and then submerged. They just need to sit and soak with this cleaner on them. And then rinse before processing and follow normal cleaning procedures. So then I will put it into my little jiggler, my little ultrasonic bath, and I will rinse them, I will dry them, and then we will continue our processing. So this is an option if you find yourself in a clinic where you're always hustling and you're maybe having to leave your instruments out on the side until the ultrasonic bath is free. Because the other thing that we don't want to do is this be mid-cycle and I just go toss mine in there, because then they might not only get half the amount of cavitation that they need to break up that bioburden. So I'm going to let them sit to the side until they're ready for a full cycle through the ultrasonic bath. If you have an instrument cleaner, that's a whole different beast. We're just talking ultrasonics right now, but this is an option, and so I hope that helps you. Please let us know if you have any questions, but get those instructions for use, get your safety data sheets, and make sure you're always getting the bioburden off before they're fully processed.